Thank you for joining me here at Pilates Workouts Online. Today we're doing a full body quick sideline leg series using hand weights and ankle weights. So I have these ankle weights by Bala and also around a set of 5-pound hand weights for this workout. Join me at PilatesWorkoutsOnline.com for more workouts using a variety of different props, including hand weights and more. Hit that subscribe button and that like button and let's start moving on the mat. We're getting started kneeling on the mat. We're gonna come into our all fours position. So find your hands on your knees, hands below the shoulders, lengthen that torso with your butt right over those knees. Let's just start by moving our shoulder blades. So let your shoulder blades come together, press apart. Shoulder blades together and press apart. And also just make sure your hand weights are fairly close by. Let's do 2 more. We're gonna hold yourself pressed away from the mat, so shoulder blades pressed away from each other. I'm gonna take one leg, reach it back at a time. And I have those ankle weights on, so just reaching those legs long. And let's add in the opposite arm. So as your leg goes out, reach that opposite arm out and back in. Reach out and back in. Focusing on the breath. We're gonna layer into this one more time. So holding some limbs out, and we're gonna open those limbs away from the body, back to center, and come back in. Over to the other side, open out away from the body, center, and back in. So reach away, open side, and repeat. We're gonna stay pressed away from that mat as you move here. Find the length of those limbs and think about looking at the floor right in front of those fingertips. Let's do one more time to each side. And then once you're even, we'll come back in. So from here, I'm gonna grab onto one of my hand weights. I'm gonna take the opposite leg, reach it straight back. So I'm gonna press into my toe, sink in my heel back. I'm gonna lift this elbow to my rib and back down. So as the arm comes up, I'm gonna lift my leg and lower. Lift together and lower. Four more. On this last one, I'm gonna hold my elbow up, I'm gonna straighten the arm and bend. So as I bend the elbow, I'm gonna bend my knee, straighten together, bend together. Straighten arm and leg, bend the arm and leg. Keep pressing away from the mat. Five more. 2. And then after this next one, go ahead and lower everything back down. Switch the hand weight to your other side. Take the other leg back, reach back through the heel, and then elbow to your rib like a low row. Resisting up and down, and as that arm comes up, maybe lift the leg and lower. Lift together and lower. Okay, let's do 3 more before we hold it. And then hold the elbow to your rib. Let's do that tricep press. Straighten the arm and bend. So as you bend the elbow, maybe bend the leg, straighten the arm, straighten the leg, bend the elbow, bend the knee. Straighten together and bend together. Keep looking at the floor, just right out in front of your fingertips. Four more. And then after this last one, let's go ahead and set that hand weight back down. Bring the hand to the mat and let's just look side to side. So look over your left shoulder to your left hip, right shoulder, right hip. Laterally flexing side to side. We're just gonna do that one more time to each side. We'll come back to center and we'll lay down onto one side. So making sure those hand weights are close by. We're gonna grab onto one of them and we're gonna take both legs to straight. So from here, I'm gonna put my elbow right at my rib with my wrist above the elbow. I'm gonna reach my arm and my leg up and back down. Reach up together and back down. Find that breath. You can always lay flat on your arm if that feels nicer for your body. But reach that arm a little bit out in front of the shoulder so it's not towards your face, it's more over the armpit. Four more. And then on this next one, go ahead and lower back down. I'm just gonna take that hand weight holding in front of me, and then I'm gonna lift both legs up and back down. lift those legs, and lower. From that connection to the breath. 5 more. And then on this last one, we're just gonna lower those legs back down. And so from here, I'm gonna take that arm, reach it back up to the sky. I'm gonna bend the elbow and press it straight. So I'm gonna hold that top leg lifted and just keep it nice and still as we do this tricep press. So just reach out through that leg, find that length. We're gonna keep that elbow more over the shoulder, armpit area as you bend and straighten. Good, 3 more. And then we're gonna set that hand weight back down in front of us. We're gonna reach that top leg back and center. Sweep back and center. So going into a little hip extension, reaching back through that thigh, and just focusing on that breath and the length in the leg. 3 more. And then after this last one, let's bring that leg back in. Good, and then so from here, let's take that top leg, bend it in front of you, and let's just lift and lower that bottom inner thigh. Reaching it up and back down. Maybe reach out through the heel, pull the toes towards your knee. Stay present with your breath. 3 more. Let's hold that leg lifted. I'm gonna reach my arm down to my side. I'm gonna do a bicep curl and back to straight. Bicep curl, holding that bottom leg lifted. Keep it there. Smaller range of motion if you need to with the arm. Good, 3 more. And 1, and then we'll lower the arm and leg down, and let's flip over onto your backs. So once we're here, I'm gonna bend my elbows so my arms are at my side, wrist is over the elbow. I'm gonna lift both hips and lower. I'm gonna punch my arms up as I reach my hips up, and then tap it back down. Lift together and lower together. Let's do 2 more, then we're gonna hold it up. And then as I hold it up, I'm gonna take one leg up to tabletop at a time. I'm gonna reach my opposite elbow down to the mat. So going back in that punch, but I'm just reaching one arm down as the other one stays up. And we're gonna keep those hips nice and level. So checking that you're not letting the hips dip from side to side. Okay, let's do 1 more time to each side. Once you're even, come back to center, peel your spine back down, lower the arms, roll to one side, and then press yourself to upright. So let's keep the hand weights on the other side of the mat as we go into our side leg leg series. Again, so we're gonna lay onto your side. We're gonna grab onto one of those hand weights, elbow to your rib, palm faces up. Let's lift the leg and arm, and back down together. Lift together and lower together. Think about the length and that thigh, reaching it away from you. 5 more. Good, and then after this next one, let's lower back down, lay flat. Let's lift both legs and lower. Four more. Good, and then we'll lower those legs back down. So let's lift that top leg and hold it up. Take the arm to the ceiling. Let's do those skull crushers. Good. And you can always hold yourself propped up or just lay flat and just hold in that top leg lifted. Good, resisting in both directions. Make sure that your elbow's not over your face. It's more over the shoulder or armpit area. Keep holding that leg up. 3 more. 2. And then after this next one, let's take that hand weight, reach it in front of us. We're just gonna take that top leg back and center. Reach it back and center. Good, sweeping back, using that glute, going into that hip extension. Four more. And then after this last one, let's take that top leg, bend it in front of us, and we're gonna lift and lower that bottom leg. Reaching it up and back down, finding that breath. Feel like the leg is being pulled away from your body. 3 more. On the last one, let's hold that leg up, reach your arm to straight. Let's do a bicep curl. Keeping that leg lifted. 5 more. Hold that leg lifted. Good. 3. And then after this last one, we'll release that hand weight down, lower that leg down, and let's flip over onto our bellies. So we're just gonna take our hands right below the shoulders, hug your elbows in. I'm gonna press up, lifting into a slight extension. As I lower, I'm gonna lift my legs, and we're gonna come into a little bit of a rock. So the legs lift as my torso goes down, legs lower, lower as the torso comes up. And just controlling with the back muscles and the back of the thighs. Neck is nice and long. 5 more. And then on this last one, come back to center. Let's press ourselves up into our all fours position. And then just look over your right shoulder, right hip, left shoulder, left hip. So side to side. And let's do that one more time to each side. We'll come to center, press into your toes, lift the hips up to the sky, walk your feet in toward your hands, and then take your time as you come back to upright. Thank you for joining me for today's quick full body workout for our sideline leg series using hand weights and ankle weights. If you enjoyed today's workouts, leave me some comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. And join me at PilatesWorkoutsOnline.com. You can find that link down below for full body workouts using a variety of different props. Hit the subscribe button and that like button, and I will see you back here on the mat.